This speculative narrative explores an alternate history where the Templars shape the future, questioning how their enduring rule might alter our world.
Chapter 1: Dawn of the Templar Sovereignty. In the year 1314, the world stood on the brink of a monumental shift. The Order of the Knights Templar, a powerful and wealthy military force, was poised to be crushed under the weight of the French crown and the Papacy. Accusations of heresy and the greed of monarchs threatened to extinguish their flame. But fate, it seemed, had a different plan. Whispers of a secret pact and the clandestine support of other monarchs allowed the Templars to evade their grim fate. The Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, had foreseen the potential downfall and orchestrated a masterful retreat. The Templars, with their immense wealth, military prowess, and deep knowledge of statecraft, found refuge in a network of castles and fortifications across Europe. As the Inquisition raged on, the Templars consolidated their power, emerging not as a disbanded group of knights but as a sovereign entity. They established a de facto state, Templar Sovereignty, with a government that blended military discipline with religious fervor. The Templar Code became the law, and their Grand Master, the sovereign ruler. Over the centuries, the Templar Sovereignty evolved. Their initial survival was marked by a period of isolationism, as they fortified their domains and expanded their influence through strategic alliances and marriages. The Templars' expertise in banking and commerce, honed through years of managing pilgrimages and crusades, allowed them to weave an economic web that connected the farthest reaches of Christendom. The Templar Sovereignty became a beacon of stability in a Europe plagued by feudal strife. Their lands were havens of order, and their military might deterred would-be aggressors. The Templars' focus on education, particularly in the sciences and engineering, spurred advancements that rippled through their territories. They established academies that became the nuclei of future universities, fostering a culture of inquiry and innovation. As the Renaissance bloomed, the Templar Sovereignty was at its forefront. Their scriptoriums and libraries preserved ancient knowledge and sponsored artists and thinkers. The Templar state, with its unique blend of chivalric and clerical governance, became a patron of the arts and a crucible for scientific progress. The Enlightenment brought new challenges and opportunities. The Templars, ever adaptive, embraced the burgeoning ideas of individual rights and governance by consent. They reformed their own system, establishing a Templar council where representatives from their territories could convene. The Grand Master's role evolved into one akin to a constitutional monarch, guiding the state with a blend of tradition and progressive governance. By the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, the Templar Sovereignty was a major power, its influence extending through trade and diplomacy. Their early adoption of steam power and mechanization, driven by their ceaseless quest for knowledge and improvement, transformed their society. The Templar lands became an industrial powerhouse, their military incorporating the latest advancements in technology. The 20th century saw the Templar Sovereignty navigating the treacherous waters of global conflict with shrewd diplomacy and strategic alliances. Their disciplined military, now augmented with cutting-edge technology, served as peacekeepers in a world teetering on the edge of chaos. As the 21st century dawned, the Templar Sovereignty had become a leading global entity, championing international cooperation and technological innovation. Their government, a blend of ancient order and modern democracy, was a model for nations seeking stability in an ever-changing world. The Templar Sovereignty's journey from a persecuted military order to a modern state was marked by their unyielding spirit and their ability to adapt. Their story was one of resilience, a testament to what might have been if the Templars had not been eliminated by the Inquisition in 1314. The world, under the guiding hand of the Templar Sovereignty, had evolved into a place where the chivalric ideals of the past were interwoven with the promise of a brighter future. In the grand tapestry of history, the Templar Age of Enlightenment shines as a golden thread, a period where the wisdom of the ancients and the vigor of the New World converged in a symphony of progress. The Templar Sovereignty, a bastion of order and knowledge, had fostered an era where the light of reason illuminated the darkest corners of ignorance and superstition. Imagine, if you will, a society where the martial discipline of the Templar Knights merged with the intellectual rigor of the greatest philosophers. In this realm, the pursuit of understanding was not just encouraged, it was revered. The Templar academies, once humble monastic schools, had blossomed into intellectual powerhouses, their spires reaching for the heavens as if to grasp the very stars that navigators used to chart their courses across the unknown. The Templars, ever the guardians of travelers, had become the patrons of explorers who ventured beyond the map's edge, seeking new worlds. What marvels did they uncover in lands untouched by the old world strife? What new alliances and exchanges of knowledge were forged across the vast oceans? The Templar navigators, armed with astrolabes and compasses perfected by their own scholars, charted courses not just for ships, but for the future of humanity. In the cities, the clang of the blacksmith's hammer rang in harmony with the quill's scratch on parchment. The Templar Sovereignty had embraced the Industrial Revolution, not as a mere means to amplify their might, but as a crucible for innovation. The steam engine, the loom, the printing press, all were tools that, in Templar hands, wove a new social fabric, one where the common man could rise through merit and the shared ideals of the order. But what of the Templar government, that grand experiment in melding the chivalric with the clerical, the martial with the ministerial? It had evolved, as all living things must. The Templar Council, once an advisory body, had grown into a parliament of sorts, its members debating not with swords, but with words and ideas. The Grand Master, the once absolute ruler, now presided over sessions with a tempered authority, embodying the wisdom of the past while steering the state through the currents of modernity. And yet, the question lingers in the air, as palpable as the scent of parchment and ink from the libraries. What would the world be if the Templar sovereignty had not risen from the ashes of persecution? Would the flames of innovation have burned as brightly? Would the principles of justice, honor, and knowledge have found such fertile ground to take root and flourish? As the sun sets on the Templar Age of Enlightenment, we are left to ponder the roads not taken, the futures unwritten. The Templar sovereignty, a realm where the knight and the scholar walk side by side, serves as a beacon to all who seek a world where the might of the sword is matched by the power of the pen, and where the quest for enlightenment is the noblest journey of all. So, let us carry forth the torch of the Templars, not as relics of a bygone era, but as symbols of what can be achieved when the human spirit is unbound by fear and fueled by the thirst for knowledge. For in the annals of our imagination, the Templar sovereignty endures, a testament to the enduring quest for a brighter, more enlightened world.